At the beginning of the film, there is a young woman named Kyung-min, who lives in room 601 in an apartment building with many rooms. The apartment has a caretaker named Han Dong-hoon. Kyung-min always communicates with him when she is about to leave for work. She works as a bank employee. One day, while about to leave for work, she becomes suspicious of her door lock code, which seems to have been tampered with. She then changes her password before leaving. At the bank, she works with her friend named Hyo-ju. Hyo-ju always accompanies Kyung-min in her activities and eats with her. After work, when Kyung-min returns to her apartment and is about to sleep, suddenly someone seems to be trying to enter her room from outside. Kyung-min, who becomes suspicious, approaches her door and opens it, but there is no one there. She only finds a cigarette butt in front of her door. Frightened, she tries to contact the police, but they refuse her request to check the fingerprints on the cigarette butt, as there is no evidence suggesting someone entered her room. Feeling that nothing strange happened, the police leave the apartment. While working at the bank, Kyung-min is faced with a strange customer named Kim Ki-jung. Kim Ki-jung is obsessed with Kyung-min and asks her to hang out with him. Since Kyung-min does not know him, she ignores his request. Kim Ki-jung then becomes angry at Kyung-min, causing a commotion in the bank. However, Kyung-min's manager, Kim Sung-ho, comes to her aid and expels Kim Ki-jung from the bank. Kim Ki-jung has a high temper and easily gets angry if he feels he is not being treated well. That night when Kyung-min is about to go home, she suddenly meets Kim Ki-jung again on the street. He invites her to go home together, but Kyung-min fearfully declines. Kyung-min's manager, Kim Sung-ho, arrives to help her and then escorts Kyung-min back to her apartment. Upon arriving, Kyung-min's room suddenly loses power. At that moment, someone knocks on the door, and when she opens it, it turns out to be Kim Sung-ho, who is returning her forgotten wallet. Kim Sung-ho notices the power outage in Kyung-min's room and offers to fix it. Kyung-min becomes suspicious of how Kim Sung-ho knew her room number since she never told him. She suspects that Kim Sung-ho has been entering her room all along. Frightened, Kyung-min leaves the apartment to call the police. Detective Lee and his partner arrive at the apartment and head to Kyung-min's room, but Kyung-min is too scared to open the door. Detective Lee eventually opens the door and finds Kim Sung-ho dead, hanging from the door. After the incident, Detective Lee interrogates Kyung-min about Kim Sung-ho's death. He states that Kyung-min is suspected of killing Kim Sung-ho because an investigation of Kim Sung-ho's body revealed the presence of a sedative. They suspect Kyung-min of the crime as she has been saying strange things. Although there is no clear evidence proving Kyung-min is guilty, the police chief insists on investigating if there are any sedatives in her room. If none are found, Kyung-min will be released. After further investigation, no sedatives were found in her room. Kyung-min was then released. All the employees at the bank mourned Kim Sung-ho's death in Kyung-min's apartment. When Kyung-min arrived, the bank manager informed her that her contract at the bank would soon expire and suggested she take a break for a while after the tragedy. Upon arriving at the apartment, Kyung-min asked Han Dong-hoon to check the CCTV footage. After being shown, there was nothing unusual in the recording. While cleaning her room, Kyung-min found a key magnet that seemed identical to other room keys in the apartment. She tried checking every room that matched her key. When she tried room number 701, the key fit. She entered the room and discovered that its owner was Kang Seung-hae. Kyung-min tried to explain to her friend Hyo-ju about the key to Kang Seung-hae's room that she found in her room. Hyo-ju speculated that Kang Seung-hae might have been entering her room all this time. She also showed a receipt for items purchased by Seung-hae at a supermarket with the same time and price, 3,201. They decided to stake out the supermarket. At that time, a woman was buying items for 3,201 at the same time. They followed the woman into a quiet alley, but lost track of her. They split up to search faster. Hyo-ju eventually found the woman and approached her, but the woman claimed she was not the person Kyung-min described. Kyung-min found a house with the same type of key as her room. She tried to open it, but it didn't work. When she used the same password as her room key, it opened. She entered the room and saw Kang Sung-hye helplessly tied up in the room. Kyung-min was shocked and quickly called the police. But shortly after, someone arrived and was about to enter the house. Kyung-min quickly hid under the bed beneath Kang Sung-hye. The person talked to Kang Sung-hye, saying he was also targeting a woman on the floor below, which was Kyung-min's room. It turned out that this person had been in her room all along, but she couldn't see his face because it was covered by a mask. He then injected sedatives into Kang Sung-hye. After that, he started to leave. Kyung-min tried to escape the house, but the person returned. Kyung-min hid again. The person uncovered Kang Sung-hye's blanket, revealing that both of her legs were missing. He took a saw and intended to cut off her limbs. Seeing this horrific act, Kyung-min could only cry in fear of the person's brutality. She rushed to the door, but as she was about to open it, the person was already behind her, catching her off guard. Kyung-min immediately ran out of the house, avoiding the person's pursuit, and called for help. She hid in a warehouse in the area, but the person managed to find Kyung-min. At that moment, Hyo-ju arrived and rammed a cart into the person, but the person knocked Hyo-ju unconscious. Shortly after, the police arrived, and the person fled to avoid them. Detective Lee suspected Kim Ki-jung was the perpetrator and interrogated him. Kim Ki-jung denied it, but provided evidence from the apartment CCTV showing that he often went to Kyung-min's apartment. Frustrated, Kim Ki-jung yelled at Detective Lee, expressing his anger towards Kyung-min for embarrassing him at the bank and hating Kim Sung-ho for interfering with his matters with Kyung-min. Without solid evidence, Kim Ki-jung was released. The next day, Kyung-min planned to move to a new place to avoid further harassment. She handed her apartment keys to Han Dong-hoon and said goodbye. At that time, Kim Ki-jung heard about Kyung-min's move and went to her old apartment to ask Dong-hoon about her new address. However, Dong-hoon refused to disclose it, citing privacy. Dong-hoon suggested Kim Ki-jung call Kyung-min, but Kim Ki-jung said her phone was not active. In the continued story, Kyung-min received a package, and upon opening it, she found her phone that was left at the psychopath's house. The psychopath sent photos of Kyung-min sleeping in her room. So the psychopath had been living in Kyung-min's room for several days without her noticing, because he drugged her to make her unconscious while she slept. Besides that, the psychopath also abused Kyung-min without anyone else knowing. Kyung-min's fate could be like Kang Sung-hye's, who was mutilated after the psychopath was satisfied with his actions. Then Hyo-ju contacted Kyung-min via video call on her new phone. As soon as she answered, the psychopath appeared in the video call on Hyo-ju's phone and then left her room. Shortly after, Hyo-ju entered her room without noticing the video call. Realizing her friend was in danger, Kyung-min rushed to Hyo-ju's apartment. In the video call, the psychopath re-entered Hyo-ju's room, drugged her, and began to saw her leg. Upon reaching Hyo-ju's apartment, Kyung-min tried to open her door. Suddenly, Kim Ki-jung appeared from behind and punched Kyung-min in the stomach. Kyung-min got back up and tried to choke Kim Ki-jung, demanding to know what he did to Hyo-ju. Kim Ki-jung retaliated by choking her and attempted to hit Kyung-min, but Detective Lee and his colleague arrived just in time to stop him. Kyung-min then forced the door open and entered Hyo-ju's room. However, Kyung-min was devastated seeing her friend's leg had been severed by the psychopath. The next day, Hyo-ju was taken to the hospital. Kyung-min visited Hyo-ju, who had regained consciousness. Fortunately, the leg reattachment surgery went well, and now they were waiting for her recovery. Detective Lee continued investigating Kim Ki-jung, who was suspected of being the perpetrator. All the evidence was gathered, and he was about to be arrested. After the case, Detective Lee gave Kyung-min a mini penguin-shaped CCTV to monitor her room. While shopping at the supermarket, Kyung-min met her old apartment caretaker, Han Dong-hoon. They chatted as usual, but Kyung-min, still traumatized by the events, quickly excused herself and left. As she was about to leave the supermarket, she noticed that Dong-hoon had bought items worth 3,200 won. She also saw that Dong-hoon's watch resembled the psychopath's watch she had seen. Feeling anxious, she rushed back to her place and locked herself in her room. Soon after, she received a call from Detective Lee, advising her to stay inside her room and not leave because the DNA tests from the evidence did not match Kim Ki-jung's DNA. Additionally, Kim Ki-jung had been found dead in his residence. Hearing this, Kyung-min became more terrified, realizing Kim Ki-jung was not the perpetrator. She reviewed her room's CCTV footage again and saw someone entering her room and hiding under her bed, revealing it was Dong-hoon. So, the person who had been in her room all this time was her old apartment caretaker. Kyung-min immediately tried to escape her room, but Dong-hoon caught her and knocked her unconscious. When Kyung-min regained consciousness, she found herself in an old, abandoned hotel. Dong-hoon was there, holding her tightly. He explained that he had been in her room all along, enjoying the moments when she was drugged. Dong-hoon confessed his affection for Kyung-min and threatened to cut off her legs if she ever tried to escape again. Kyung-min, in fear, started crying. When she saw an opportunity, she bit Dong-hoon's ear, causing him pain, then injected him with a syringe and fled. Dong-hoon chased after her with an axe. Kyung-min hid in an empty room and locked the door. Meanwhile, Detective Lee received information that Dong-hoon, the apartment caretaker, was suspected of killing Kim Ki-jung. He had left his job at Kyung-min's old apartment. Suspecting a connection to the tragedy, a colleague informed him about an old hotel where Dong-hoon used to work. They believed Kyung-min might be held there. Detective Lee rushed to the hotel. Dong-hoon, realizing Kyung-min was locked in a room, tried to open it. As he was about to unlock it, he heard the sound of breaking glass from Detective Lee, then hid. Hearing Detective Lee's voice, Kyung-min shouted that she was in a room. However, from behind, Dong-hoon appeared and attacked Detective Lee with an axe, but the attack was avoided by Detective Lee. They both got into a fight. At one moment, Kyung-min came out of hiding to check on the situation, but unfortunately, Detective Lee was killed by Dong-hoon. Kyung-min quickly grabbed Detective Lee's gun and tried to shoot Dong-hoon, but the gun had no bullets. Dong-hoon then slammed Kyung-min's head, rendering her helpless. He took the axe and attempted to cut off Kyung-min's hand, but she managed to avoid it. Dong-hoon caught Kyung-min again, but suddenly they were both struck by an old wardrobe. Dong-hoon's hand got caught by a nail from the wardrobe and couldn't free himself. Kyung-min tried to get out from under the wardrobe. Dong-hoon blocked her way and forcibly pulled his hand from the nail, then strangled Kyung-min. She pushed Dong-hoon, causing him to fall back and get impaled by a nail in the back of his head. Meanwhile, the police found the incident location at the hotel and discovered Kyung-min along with the bodies of Detective Lee and Dong-hoon. The police revealed that Dong-hoon had committed crimes against many female victims, besides Kyung-min and Kang Sung-hye. He was also responsible for the deaths of Kim Ki-jung and bank manager Kim Sung-ho. In her current situation, Kyung-min felt safe and there were no longer any threats terrorizing her. Under her bed, there was no one hiding anymore, and the film ends. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, because by subscribing you have supported me to make better videos. See you in the next video.